There are 4,500 deaf-blind people living in Russia today. Among them, not all are totally deaf and totally blind. Some have their senses reduced enough to cause significant difficulties in everyday life. Every deaf-blind person needs special education in order to adapt to the flow of modern life. And so we speculate about what kind of environment must be designed to improve the social and professional adaptation of the deaf-blind to the conditions of the city. Safety and easy navigation are usual requirements for spaces serving the deaf-blind. However, an environment that resembles different aspects of the city is also important. The project rejects the concepts of sterility and simplicity by designing a saturated space for the deaf-blind to constantly explore. Sergiev Posad is a historical and spiritual center of the Moscow region. St. Sergius Lavra, located in Sergiev Posad, is a 6th century UNESCO cultural heritage site. There is a Sergiev Posad boarding school for deaf-blind located on the north of the city. The new socio-rehabilitation center of post-boarding school support for young deaf-blind people is to be located on the site next to the boarding school itself. The new center is a training ground for social and professional adaptation for the deaf-blind. It will provide a complex and saturated environment as a means for preparing for independent life. The design is based on 3 main principles: the building as a prototype of the city, a path as a space for interaction, materiality as navigation. The proposed building consists of several blocks, each with unique functional properties. Here, young residents will live and receive special education and medical treatment. They will be involved in public events and socialize, do sports and practice crafts. The blocks are composed in a circular pattern and are united by a common space. They are composed in combination with a series of courtyards, creating possibilities for a range of purposeful scenarios. The composition of courtyards and blocks corresponds with the scale of the site and its users. 4 main courtyards define vivid outdoor attraction points. 4 smaller courtyards provide spaces for quiet recreation. The main courtyard opens up the front view of the complex. All significant public events will take place in front of the main entrance. Courtyards between blocks provide connections with open spaces around the territory. All courtyards are linked by pathways, outdoor as well as indoor. The interior courtyard can serve as a space for recreation and communication, and be used as a training ground to learn necessary orienteering skills. The complex is spatially and visually connected to the surrounding architectural context. It is surrounded by a peripheral road. The green landscape is maximized as a way of continuing the forest on the north side of the site. Most views oversee the historic architecture located nearby. The center has pitched roofs, which resemble those of the boarding school. Features of the architectural context, together with the diverse composition of blocks, shape the identity of the park. The park combines green spaces, playgrounds and pathways covered in different materials. The complex creates a balanced environment with its surroundings. Two main paths shape the network of public spaces. A linear path creates a direct connection between main courtyards. The non-linear path is a circular internal street. The path enters the building through accentuated entrance groups. It connects all blocks and interior public spaces. The path also leads to the main event hall. In combination, the paths provide a space for learning orienteering. These main streets of the complex provide possibilities for different scenarios. They recreate a lively and diverse public environment, similar to the streets of a city. Materiality helps the deaf-blind to navigate through tactile interaction. It is a mnemonic language of architecture. Each block has unique finish materials. Perforated and profiled metal sheets. Embossed and rusticated plaster. Wide and narrow metal laths. Painted surfaces and clinker bricks. Facade materials are translated inside through the navigational panels. In a similar way, materials of the floor covering varies for different paths. Contrast is applied in the interior design to help deaf-blind to navigate. Walls, floors and ceilings are finished in contrasting colors. The project aims to recreate the atmosphere of home for its residents. The atmosphere is recreated through the careful choice of materials. All surfaces of the interior are finished with the natural colors and textures. The Social Rehabilitation Centre and Post-Boarding School Support will become a home for young deaf-blind people. Here, they will feel safe, comfortable and confident. They will be able to grow, intellectually, socially and physically. The centre will be a prototype of the city, helping its users to adapt and live a full-fledged life.